Before we start our discussion regarding change in demand, let us first recall what is demand. Demand is basically the effective desire for a commodity. Effective desire means it is the willingness to pay and the ability to pay on the part of the consumer. Now there are various factors which influence the demand for a commodity. One of the main being price, but there are other non-price determinants as well which influences the demand for a commodity. Now when demand for a commodity undergoes a change due to non-price determinants and at the same time keeping the price of the commodity constant, it is known as change in demand. What all are the various non-price determinants? It includes income of the consumer, price of related goods, change in season, climate or weather, and so on. There are various other non-price determinants. Now to understand this concept in a much better way, let us take an example. Suppose, let the commodity we are taking here be cold drink. Okay, and the non-price determinant be seasonal changes. Okay, so here let the first keeping the price of the cold drink constant at OP, the quantity that is demanded by the consumer is OQ. This is the demand curve. Okay, and it is the demand curve, right? So when the price now the price being constant, let us see summer season takes place. So when there is summer season, naturally the demand for cold drink increases, which is why the demand curve shifts to the right from DD to D1 and the demand increases from OQ to OQ1 while the price is still constant. Similarly, during winter season, the demand for cold drink falls naturally, which is why the demand curve shifts to the left from DD to D2 D2, and the demand basically falls from OQ to OQ2, while the price of the cold drink is still constant. Okay, so this is basically known as a change in demand. In this concept, basically we see the demand to shift from one place to another. It shifts to the right or shifts to the left, which is why it is also known as shift in demand. Now, when the demand for a commodity is solely influenced due to change in price, it is known as change in quantity demanded. Change in quantity demanded occurs when other things remaining constant, only price changes. That means all the other non-price determinants that we are aware of will remain constant and only price changes. It is nothing but the law of demand. What is law of demand? Law of demand depicts the inverse relationship between price and quantity demanded. That means when price increases, quantity demanded falls, and when price falls, quantity demanded increases. Which is why the demand curve is downward sloping. So it is nothing but the law of demand. So in this case, there is no shift in demand. That means in the previous case, in case of change in demand, the demand curve due to the change in non-price determinants used to shift to the right or the left. But in this case, there is no shift in demand, rather there is movement along the demand curve. That means as the price changes, let's say the original price is OP and accordingly the quantity demanded is OQ. So when price is increasing, quantity demand is falling. When price is increasing from OP to OP2, quantity demanded falls from OQ to OQ2. So there is movement from M to M2. M to M2. And similarly, when let's say the price falls from P to P1, the quantity demanded increases from Q to Q1, which then leads to the shift in the position from M to M1. Right? That means there is movement along the demand curve. There is movement along the demand curve. Rather than demand curve shifting to right or left, there is movement along the demand curve. So this is change in quantity demanded. Finally, we sum up this video by making a distinction between the main topics, that is change in demand and change in quantity demanded. So starting with change in demand, it is a multi-valued function. That is, it consists of all the non-price determinants. So therefore, it is a multi-valued function which influences demand. It is a single valued function. In case of change in quantity demanded, it is a single valued function depending only on price. Next, it occurs when non-price determinants changes, price remaining constant. In case of change in quantity demanded, it occurs when price changes, other non-price determinants remaining constant. Then, in case of change in demand, it includes shift in demand curve. Demand curve shifts to the right or the left. And in case of change in quantity demanded, it includes movement along the demand curve. As price changes, the movement along the demand curve takes place.
So that's all for today. Thank you everyone. If you found the video helpful, please subscribe to our channel, press the like button, share with your friends and comment down your queries. Don't forget to press the bell icon so that whenever we upload a new video, you will receive a notification. Also, follow Economic Bytes on Instagram to know more such economic topics. Link will be provided in the description box below.